Hey guys, Christy here from Silver Life and welcome back to our channel. Today we are going to be talking about HoneyBook Smart File Contracts. Now, if you're not sure what smart files are, you're just diving in, make sure you go and check out our HoneyBook Smart File overview video to get an idea of what they actually are. But if you're ready to dive in and start creating your own smart file contract, this video is where it's at. HoneyBook contracts, even when they were legacy files, are the bomb.com when you set them up properly. A lot of people come to us saying, yeah, this is great, we have this digital contract, but I feel like I have to fill in every single field each time I update this contract into a project. Well, no more. I'm going to teach you how to set up this contract and apply the smart fields that you need to be able to autofill a contract in like 2 seconds. Okay, let's dive in. Okay, now let's go through smart file contracts. This will be a little bit less robust than invoices because there's not as much customization in terms of like payment dates and settings and stuff like that. But there are definitely some really good tips that I want to teach you here. So in the invoicing section, I taught you about, adding a header, but you could always just want to show you this tip as well. If I add a block, you could click reuse a content block from a template. And then if I went into invoice template, then this brings up that content block. And then I could go ahead and just say custom contract here. So when you do create these branding elements, you're then able to pull them into other smart files super easily. Okay, so we have this contract block here. You can see if I wanted to add a page, you can start from blank, and you can also create a blank contract here, use a contract template, etc. I'm going to go ahead and delete this page and I'll show you how we can create a proposal and bring in the contract and invoice. That will be the next video that we've crafted in this one and the previous one. Okay, so again, here we can change the company settings. If these are already set, then we can use our branding settings to have a branded contract, or you can just use the default text. So here you're going to see this is where you can copy and paste. You can either use HoneyBook's contract templates, or if you have a contract template of your own, you can go ahead and just copy and paste that text into here. And then you want to go ahead and enter smart fields. So we're going to go into that in a second. I just want to go through a little bit more of what these branding elements mean at the top. So if you highlight over text, you can see we can change the font family, the font size. Do we want it to be bold or not, underlined, italicized, background color? So this just means highlight. And you can always undo things that you did as well. Super helpful when doing these branding elements. Then you can choose the text color. You can also do a custom color for branding. Where do you want the text to be aligned? Do you want bullets, numbers? Do you need to hyperlink anything? Insert a table. So let me show you what that looks like. If I insert a table here, it's just going to be like this, and then you can have a table just making that information super clean. Let me go ahead and delete that. Adding a horizontal line, so like that. Oops. There we go. And then do you want to remove the formatting? So you'll see here in the right side, now let's talk about smart fields. This is where we have these boxes here. So essentially what this is we are putting in information. Things that are always standard don't necessarily need to be a smart field, like parties, we're the provider to Silver Life, here's my email. But you can put them in there, and if you wanted to add something, like say I wanted to add a company address, I could click Insert Smart Field, and then either search company address, and then put our address in here, 123 Happy Street. And then you can choose, can they edit this information? Must they fill it because you don't have that information, or can they not edit it? So anything like payment details, project price, things like that. You don't want them to be able to edit that. Maybe you want to edit if you're not sure of the exact spelling of their name, or the exact business name. You can put can edit or must fill. But you'll have other things in here that will autofill from the project details. So let's just go through. If I insert another smart field, let's do it below. If I click insert, when you click this arrow here, you can either add a name, right? Like, let's say it was partner's name. Okay, let's do it again. Let's say it was partner's name. Then you can click enter this field and click must fill. And now this is a custom smart field, right? So you're asking them to fill out this specific information. It's giving them the prompt. I'll leave that there so you can see what it looks like when I add it to the client project. So now we have known as client. So now let's do the other smart fields where it's not custom, but instead we want this to be a smart field and autofill information from the project details. So this is where if you search any of these, this is information that may be in the project details section. So things like first client full name, things like first client email address. And again, you can say they can edit this or can't edit it, must they fill it. But if you pull in anything from here, then they will be able to take in that information. So if I scroll down this contract, you'll see things like project type will autofill, project location can autofill, the date that it was agreed upon, the contract, proposal total amount. So these smart fields are going to be dependent on if you are having this contract added to a proposal, it's going to pull in that information from the invoice section. So when I bring this up in John Smith's portal, because it's just a contract, you'll see that won't autofill, but in the next video when we go through proposals, it will autofill. So you'll just see this information here. Then we have first client email, project type, and then the signatures you can edit once we add this to the project. So I'm going to click update template. You can also preview this here at the top and see how it would look, right? So they're going to have to add in this information. HoneyBook is super visually pleasing, so you'll be able to see, it's just going to say, we need this piece of information. As soon as you fill that out, it's going down to the next one. And it takes a really quick amount of time to be able to have your client fill this in. You can also preview what it looks like on mobile as well. So if you want to check your formatting, if you want to check your header, things like that. So that's basically it for going through the different things, because the payments and service recap, we're going to go through that in the proposal, but really just wanted to explain to you here what smart fields are when it comes to contracts. So I'm going to go ahead and click use template, existing project, and I'm going to search John Smith. Okay, now I'm going to click create smart file and you're going to see what happens. So anywhere that had information pulled in from John Smith's file is going to be here. So you'll see John Smith supported to Silva Life, and now I'm just going to click complete for highlighted fields because this is the information that it doesn't have. Then you can fill in this information. So let's say project location, New York City, agreed upon date. We can say this is July 18th. Proposal total amount. So let's say 500. I'm just putting this in now, but you'll see it in the next video. Last payment due date, July 19th. We'll just say that. And then once I put that in, it's going to say you can send the contract. All required fields are filled in, but you can also add signatures here as well. So this is where you can add different participants to the project. And once you do that, you can choose who you want to actually sign this contract. And then is this signature required, yes or no? So you can go here like this. And then you can go ahead, click share, and when you send this to John Smith, he'll be able to open up on his end, add any information that it's prompting from him, sign it, and that is it. So I hope that video is helpful for you in setting up your HoneyBook Smart File contracts. Make sure to give this a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel if you want all of the other HoneyBook videos, especially this series on Smart Files, because the next video we're going to be talking about taking the invoice and the contract that we created and actually putting it all together in a HoneyBook Smart File proposal. They're literally one of my favorite things to use in HoneyBook. Okay, again, hope this video was helpful for you. If you have any other questions, make sure to drop them in the comments below. If you are just starting off with HoneyBook, make sure to check out our promo code in the description to get 50% off your first year. And I haven't mentioned this yet, but if you are just diving in and you want every single video tutorial you could possibly want when it comes to setting up your HoneyBook account, make sure to check out our systems school, where we have all the video resources you need, an entire HoneyBook course, and plug and play templates. With that, thanks for watching.